what we were trying to play yesterday before we got cut off. And I wanted to play
before
this.
we were literally raped.
There was a clip
by YouTube.
There was a clip of this that we were playing yesterday from this episode, and it was from like some other thing, and it was Tom Segura calls Brendan Schaub delusional. But today I went to go pull the video up for prep, and it wasn't there, so I had to actually go into his episode to find it. But I found it. So so what they're talking about here, because so I've listened to a bunch of bullshit before. They're talking about how like when these movie stars that used to be comics are just pretty much movie stars now, but they show up at comedy clubs sometimes.
Yeah.
And then they get on stage before people. Okay, that's the setup. Here you go.
We're way smaller percentage. Like of all the celebrities and well-known people I opened for, I would say like 10 to 15% were really good comedians.
But those 10 to 50% now are probably way bigger. Still
Yeah,
because
they're the ones
it's
that
a
continue.
marathon, not a sprint. So
Exactly.
You know how it is. You'll see someone with shit material, but people are like, oh, they're in this movie or they did this show, and you know who they are. We don't need to name them. And even at the Comedy Store, you'll see them. They'll pop in, and they're sandwiched between real comics. You're like, oh, you.
You mean like you, Brendan? You mean like you? You mean how you're sandwiched in between real comedians? You mean how you think because you were given a Showtime special because you're fucking Joe Rogan's friend and you made a YouTube special that took you 5 takes to put 25 minutes of... So...
Nah, B, he also had that tight-ass bit about the mountain lion. Papa.
Thank you.
Oh, when sometimes when those... Now that like we know what we're doing and know what I'm looking at,
Tom
when I see like
a
those...
straight dime piece, dog.
Dom Segura is sponsored by Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade.
Yeah, Papa's got some nice calves.
Papa, oh yeah.
A celebrity comic pop in. I'm like, you're gonna...
All I'm gonna say
Bro,
is
I still can't get over that fucking stupid the fighter and the kid that post in the subreddit.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing product reviews as Brendan Schaub.
It's so good.
On like Walmart.com, and it was just like literally just under Pringles. And it's just the guy's name is Brendan Schaub, and he's like, tell him about these joints was fire, B. I had to walk them back to my truck.
You're gonna eat shit.
I will die on this hill. Tom Segura looks like if Ethan Klein looked human.
Yes.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like if the skin suit fit properly. Yep.
That's right. If the skin suit fit properly.
Also, he kind of looks like Jack Murphy if Jack Murphy wasn't overcompensating and trying to look super alpha all the time.
Right. Like a normal Jack Murphy.
Yeah, like a Jack Murphy that's like, yeah, I'm a cuck. So what?
I do.
Oh my God. I'm gonna... Ethan Klein, Tom Segura, and fucking Jack Murphy are 3 evolutions of a Pokemon.
Yep.
Now that like we know what we're doing and know what I'm looking at, when I see like those like a celebrity comic pop in, I'm like, you're gonna eat shit on this show,
and I can't wait to watch.
I'm gonna.
And I can't wait to watch. Hold on.
He never lets anyone talk. Do you notice that?
No, I mean, he doesn't talk whenever you're talking.
Dude,
he does what he does. He keeps.
It is.
But you're right, Papa. You're right, Papa.
It's infuriating.
Okay, it is the worst. Anyway.
I don't think you should do that to him.
Okay, listen. Okay, check this out.
He's like that Joya Pesci guy.
Okay, shut up. Listen.
Now that like we know what we're doing and know what I'm looking at, when I see like those like a celebrity comic pop in, I'm like, you're gonna eat shit on this show,
and I can't wait to watch.
But when we can't wait to watch you eat shit, we're haters, right? According to your
fucking haters.
According to your protector, Big Gay Lion, we're haters, and we're not allowed to watch you eat shit, but you could watch these stars eat shit. Which, by the way, even any hack person that's a movie guy is still probably funnier than you.
I'm gonna
sit around for this.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you see me after your set, so you know I saw it too.
you know. Yeah. And then I just go by.
How do these comics think the fuck that they are? Like, remember, who was?
Bro, they're not civilians. They're in the trenches, dude.
Stavros is the one that called out Segura, right? That was the one. Yeah, that was great. That was one of my favorite. Like, man, don't say fucking civilians.
Yeah,
tough, dude.
Yeah. No, I was out there.
Did you see
man.
Tom though? They like Tom.
Stavros, the guy who left Cumtown, never did her last episode with the guys, and now everybody's pretending like everybody's all cool. I mean, that's Stavros.
Kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
They like Tom though.
It's funny too, because like you realize that you can end up like that, meaning that you can end up being like, well, if I'm known enough, you can like get away with it, you know?
It's so short-lived though.
It's so short-lived.
Because then
and
people,
it's like,
because when you think about it, there's comics out there, those famous comics, celebrities who sell tickets, and their tickets, $100 a piece or $200 a piece. So you bring your girl, you only have $400 a night plus dinner plus drinks. So say $600 with parking and babysitters. $600, you better be fucking good.
Yeah,
buddy. That math. I don't know how expensive things are in LA, but if I go watch even a headliner, I ain't spending $600. So what the fuck are you even talking about?
Well, I think he's talking about like the famous ones, I guess, like the,
Yeah, but even if I paid, like he just said, $100 a ticket, right? So even if I paid $200, right, to go out.
No, he said $200 a ticket.
Okay, so even if I paid $400 a ticket, $400 to go see a comic, I don't think I'm gonna still fucking end up spending $600. First off, I'm not gonna spend $400 to see. First, I start with that. I ain't spending $400 to see fucking anybody.
But Royce, it's Pablo Francisco.
In a world, I'm not on cocaine.
Off the stage, you fucking bum.
You get off. I'm not on cocaine. You're on cocaine.
Dude, I watched that again this morning.
It's so good. In a world.
Back, I'm like, you're all right.
And he falls off the stage like a fucking retard.
Yeah, no, you want people to be like.
And by the way, shout out to Rumble. We're the second biggest fucking thing on your stupid platform, and you came and put us on the front page.
Hey, come on, boys.
Like, whose dick do we got to suck for you to fucking acknowledge us?
Acknowledge me.
Is that person coming back?
Yep.
Like that was the best. Like, and that when you do announce, they're like, we bought on the fucking pre-sale. Yep. Like we could not miss you. Yeah, because it's all about them coming back.
Yep,
You know,
that's what it is.
Yeah, I used to, man. I don't think I really. I mean, we all have like hints of jealousy and stuff especially when you're young. You're like, how did that person get that? But I think
every one of these shows just becomes, let's talk about comedy.
My point is like, I don't.
Why do they always end up talking about comedy?
Because look, man, in their hearts,
there's nothing going on outside of this.
In their hearts, these LA comics think that they are doing something bigger than what they're doing. The way they talk, they think they're different tier of people than a normal person on the streets. So that's all they talk about. Because look, let's face it. Like Stavros said this too. He goes, I became a comic because I'm really bad at everything else, And that's the truth. Like, what do you have to fall back on? Like, do a podcast like everybody does? We do a podcast too, and that's fine. But it's this arrogance. It's this arrogance that they have about them that kind of really. And I'm not talking about Segura specifically. I'm just talking about LA comics in general. Have this air of superiority over like the fucking civilians.
I don't have that. Well, because I think as I got in the game later.
Hey, Mersh, he got in the game later. Brendan got in the game later.
Yeah, a little too late, buddy.
Yeah.
After your brain damage set in.
Mm-hmm.
The
only game you should have been in was a UFC game on Xbox 360. And after that, that's about it.
And there's not that. And then all my peers, like you guys are.
All his peers. He said pears, right?
Pears as in like the fruit?
Yeah, he meant to say peers.
Oh, yeah, my pears.
And he said.
I hate when you get like peer pressured.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. You know what? I went to Pair 1 this weekend and bought some furniture.
In the game later, and there's not that. And then all my peers, like you guys.
All my peers. All my peers. Everywhere. All my peers.
Guys are like so much more successful. So I'm like, yeah, of course they're better.
Well, these did it longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so I think I took your approach where I just learned.
It's the way to do it.
I just soak it all in.
Yeah.
And then it's not like, oh, I'm going to be there. I'm like, yeah, I'll get there, man. I'll get there.
Which
it's a marathon.
That's exactly how I used to approach it. Because I would just go like,
Why are you talking about? I want a mechanic. Here, listen to me. When I take my car to a mechanic and he tells me something is wrong, I want him to do his job and fix what's wrong. I don't need the mechanic. I don't need to listen to the mechanic sit there with another mechanic and talk about every nut and bolt and screw and oil that they poured into the thing. I don't care. Nobody cares about your craft. And even if it was talking about the craft of comedy, if you were sitting there talking comedy, if you were talking to another comedy pair like Louis C.K., for example, or somebody that would actually be interested in hearing about them, then fine. But you guys are sitting there and you're talking to fucking Brendan Schaub. He's not a comedian. So why are you guys talking like you are even doing the same job? You're not even doing the same job.
look at my year and I'd be like, all right, this year I featured at like, let's say 20 clubs and I made, or $30,000 or whatever it was. And I would go like the next year, I just was like, I just want it to be better than this year.
Yeah.
And like that thing where I was like this, I ended up featuring at 40 clubs this year and I made $20,000 more.
Yep.
So I would look.
So no, wait, hold on a second. So remember when it was uncouth to like talk about how much money you made? So now they're just bragging about how much dough they made. Like, I don't understand LA comedy. I don't fucking get it.
At that as just progress and just trying to like make that progress happen by putting in work.
Yep.
So
my thing now is like I'll look at if we go back to a certain city, like if it's not selling more, then I didn't do my job. That's not that's not the people. So the way I gauge success now is, so let's say I was in San Antonio 2 years ago. Well, I'm going there in September. So if I can't sell more in September, then I'm messing up. It's on me.
Yeah, so I'm doing this new thing, right? So like, let's say I'm in like San Diego. I tell them that San Diego's the best city in America, and then they clap, and I like when they clap.
And then I mention all my favorite Mexican foods.
So I gauge all my success based off selling
ticket
more
sales.
in each market. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to see that it's moving along on the business side. And then you have to ask, like, because I would always try to go like, am I writing better material?
Correct.
And like, that's usually a thing that only you can really answer.
Yep.
Mersh, imagine if we did an entire podcast. Just think about this for a second. Imagine if we did an entire podcast where we talked about the craft of podcasting. Who would care about that? Who's that for?
Well, civilians that don't ever get a glimpse into that world.
Mersh, sometimes a lot of people don't know this, that when you're setting up OBS, if you change the stream rate, it goes a little bit differently. Like other people that don't, that aren't in the podcast biz wouldn't get that.
Yeah, you're right. That does sound pretty shitty.
It's to see what I'm like, fucking. That's what they're doing. I don't care. Tell a joke, funny man.
And it sometimes it makes you have like tough conversations with yourself, but it's ultimately good. I mean,
you have to.
There's kind of like a parallel in a way with like athletics in that way, right?
It's
where
pretty
you're like,
black and white.
Yeah, where you're like, am I?
What is this conversation
about athletics?
Yeah, and
Dude, fucking, you lost me when Brendan Schaub says he measures success by progress. Like the fuck,
I'm sorry, buddy. You're not reading the same self-help book he is.
If you're a quarterback,
it's a coloring book, but he's really good at it.
It's not a fucking self-help book. It's just a fucking. He's just reading Mark Harley's tramp stamp.
But no. I'm sorry, because that's above his reading level. You don't think he can? I think he can't clearly read "Trust No Bitch," which is probably or whatever, some gay shit like that.
You guys, he measures his success with a golf scoring system.
I don't care.
This month he's got a birdie.
Oh fuck!
He's winning, hole in one.
Quarterbacks like, am I scoring enough touchdowns to win games?
Yeah, but he sounds like he had a couple penalty strokes.
keeps insisting on mulligans. They're like, buddy, it's the sun is setting. We've been at hole 3 for like 6 hours.
Come on, one more time.
Come on, Papa.
It's like, are they laughing? Am I selling tickets?
Yeah.
Well, no, or they didn't laugh at this.
Brendan, you only brought a
pretty
putter.
black
This
and
is
white.
normal golf.
Brendan,
No, he doesn't even bring a putter. He brings like one of those fucking like mini golf clubs.
Yeah, I was about to say, why are all of your golf balls neon?
Yo, B, so I can find them later at nighttime.
Bro, I don't think these are regulation.
One of his friends leans to his other friend and goes, he keeps saying he's excited to get to the giant windmill. I don't know.
I fucking swear to God, Jesse, that was the next joke I was gonna make.
Yo, when do we get into the windmill, B?
Yeah, they teamed them up.
That's my favorite part, dog.
They did the celebrity thing, and they teamed them up with Tiger Woods, and he kept asking him, when do I shoot the ball into the alligator's mouth?
Bro, you shoot the ball between the clown's legs, and then, yo, B, it goes down that weird tube.
You've just been playing that board game Gator Golf. Get out of here.
I was partnered up Tiger Woods was partnered up with Brendan Schaub. When asked about the experience, Mr. Woods said, he kept poking me and asking me if I remembered different parts of Happy Gilmore.
Yo, you remember when that alligator bit your hand off?
He's touching him. He's touching him.
Yo, B, remember that movie? Hey, bro. Hey, B, remember that movie? Happy Gilmore? Where Gavin McInnes was golfing?
No, Shooter McGavin. Gavin McInnes.
Yo, wasn't he also in the Proud Boys, B?
No, that's Gavin McInnes. Shooter McGavin just got arrested for DUI, and he said, "Yeah," and he said, "I was."
Oh God, that's right. He's like,
I was in Happy Gilmore," is what he told him.
Bro, that's a rough career, huh?
Yeah, he was also in Dirty Work.
Yeah, and you can choose. That's the thing. Is one of those things where you can choose to be as delusional as you want to be, and we see right in front of us the delusional people. I mean.
Yeah, right in front of you, you have a delusional person. I promise, right in front of you have a delusional person.
You have small delusions to yourself. We all do all the time where you'll be, like something.
For example, like, I'm Joe Rogan's friend, and I'm actually just a fighter. Should I be doing this? And then what happens is you go, nah, B, I'm too stupid to understand what you're saying, conscious, so I'm going to go be a stand-up comic.
Joke is just kind of a half.
Yeah, I gotta drown out my conscience, so I'm gonna go try to get Annie Lederman to suck my dick in a raptor.
Yeah, I know all about delusion. I'm delusion my keys every day.
God damn it.
Yeah, I almost lost my sponsors when Brian Callen had that New York Times hit piece.
You'll just be like, I just won't work on that.
Yeah,
like
you'll
know it sucks.
You're like, there's more there.
Yeah, and I'll be like, but that would take effort.
Yeah, I know.
So then you just, and then one day you're like, that joke fucking, and then you find.
Bro, I don't know what Shore did to become the industry standard of every single show, because we use them too, but it's so funny. No matter what show it is now, it's one of these microphones.
I don't know, maybe because they're the only company that makes
radio.
that
makes a good one.
They make the best mic at that price point.
That's a really good point.
That's all it is. Yeah. I mean, you're not. It's just pound for pound. If you're gonna pay, if you're gonna pay more than $200 for a mic, but you want to pay like less than 1,000,
yeah, you get one.
Yeah,
of these.
exactly.
Like, sure, man.
If you go any better than that mic, you're paying like $1,200.
Yeah,
and it's also kind of a waste of money if you're just gonna sit here and
podcast
jokes.
Yeah,
it's also sure. The other thing with Sure's is you can beat the fuck out of them, dude.
Yeah,
dress it.
I also think. When you look at specials these days, and this is what I want to talk to you either on or off air about this. You can answer this if you want. Talking to, Netflix and Comedy Central and Showtime, HBO, you talk to all these people in your shoes.
Comedy Central.
Special. And in their analytics, analytics, that's what it is.
Analytics.
The wonderful. Have you ever been to Anna Lakes? It's a beautiful region in Michigan.
Wasn't Anna Lakes the name of a character in Twin Peaks?
Anna Lakes sounds like one of those really bad 90s porn star names.
I was just about to say, I remember seeing Anna Lakes take 2 dicks on a VHS once in 1997.
Anna Lakes is a squirter.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, that's why. Anna Lakes is definitely a squirter.
And from Michigan.
It is. It's pretty black and white.
Yeah.
We know.
Michigan Squirt Queen Anna Lakes.
That I saw Michigan Squirt Queen Anna Lakes Volume 2, actually.
Did you see Anna Lakes and Anal Aches?
Anal Aches? I did see Anna Lakes and Anal Aches.
God damn it, I got tongue-tied.
And it's not what you think. It's her pegging dudes.
Yeah, I was pretty
stop watching.
I mean, I came.
I heard Anna Lakes, Anal Lakes took 50 takes.
God damn it.
We on that Dr. Zeus shit.
28 minutes.
Yeah.
Some might come back, half come back. Some might finish. You might have the outliers who finish all. But whether it's Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld, Dave
tap
Chappelle.
out.
I need a Brendan Schaub translator.
They stop watching at 28 minutes.
Yeah.
Yet the industry we're in, people say you got to do an hour.
Yeah.
On the road, no doubt, people are paying money. You got to do an hour, dude. But when we're looking at like what people are watching,
so now he's trying. Listen to this. He's trying to convince himself that a 25-minute special was long enough.
but it's not.
Bill Burr's last special was an hour and 23 minutes long.
Dude, and actually a 25-minute special is long enough for a YouTube thing if you're trying to get some buzz, if it's good.
Right, good point. Not if it's terrible.
Watching why we keep the people who run this industry keep pushing hours to me is weird.
Yeah, well,
because when I hear 20 minutes, I go, well, everyone should do 30.
Yeah, everyone should do 30.
Everyone should do 30 though.
For those
yeah,
specials,
I know they should.
For those specials, you kind of should. I think we're married to. We know that if you become a headliner, you do an hour, right? So
on the road.
Yeah. What's funny though is that at Netflix they have encouraged and aggressively encouraged trimming down these specials.
Why do you think that is?
No,
server space.
Yeah, really.
No, I honestly think I'm joking, but it does matter. I mean, server space, the amount of stuff that's on there. I mean, look. By the way, I don't even watch Netflix specials anymore because it's just a bunch of Indian dudes, or like 5 Asian guys. So what am I going to watch on there? You know,
that was like the what Nick Mullins said about Eliza Schlesinger. He's like, yeah, of course she had a successful special. If you fucking turn on Netflix, what are you gonna do? It's just one hot chick with no top on, or like 5 condescending Indians.
Okay, that's very funny. One hot chick with no top on.
Which one are you gonna click on?
One hot chick with no top on is actually very funny.
But that's what it was. She's like attractive chick with her tits out on one, or 5 condescending Indians.